What up, what up, what up? Welcome, it's your boy Flystewie, back at it again, back by popular demand. Today we're trading the odd retail sales, gonna risk around 4 to 5% of my account, and hopefully we actually get some good vibes today. You know, I'm in this losing drought, if you will, but can we get an actual win on stream? That is the question. So we're gonna go to the chart. And I think that's the topic of today, really, is like, how do you really go about, overcoming a loss? How do you go about actually, winning a trade? What kind of strategies do you do when you lose a couple times? And for me, I have a couple different things. Right now, we're going to be trading the Euro odd. If we look at the chart here, currently it looks like the pair went up. Euro odd went up and up and up here. It hit some sort of pressure, some sort of resistance, and now it's coming down, coming down, coming down. If you look at this candle pattern, it has a long tail right here that's going towards this resistance line. So because of that, I'm assuming this is going to be a nice little support zone between the hour 1 support and the hour 4 support. And I foresee this pair shooting up. It can shoot up all the way to here. It might only come up halfway, and it could hold momentum when it shoots up. So there's a lot of different possibilities. I'm probably gonna close around 3 to 4 positions if I get in buys. So it really has, honestly up to like 800 pips to the upside, really. But this pair goes anywhere between like 300 to 600 on average. So we shouldn't see something that monstrous, but again, it could trend after the announcement. If the pair does go to the downside, there's not so much downside risk, so I don't imagine this pair will blast through my stop loss. Could, of course, but I just don't see that happening. And if you're not familiar on what retail sales is, let's read a little description here. This is Forex Factor, one of my favorite sites. Boom. So retail sales it's the primary gauge of consumer spending, which accounts for the majority of overall economic activity. So essentially, retail sales is like, how much are consumers spending? How healthy is the consumer market? That's basically what it's measuring. Now, this is very high impact for the Australian dollar, but as I said before, I've been in a situation where my last trades haven't been the most profitable. I've traded odd GDP, lost odd trade balance here. It was a neutral trade when I traded. Now I got retail sales and I got NFP tomorrow. And for me personally, when I go through trades, I kind of go back to a drawing board a little bit, but I make sure not to overdo it. So here, this little Word document I have kind of goes over all the times, and I've like either back tested the Euro odd for retail sales, or I've traded it personally. All these are different notes that I've taken through, and I kind of look for just little themes within it. And just me studying this pair just gives you that confidence again. And of course, you can ask yourself, should I still use the same amount of risk? Am I taking too much risk? Again, I feel like when I lose a bunch of times, it's either 2 things that cause the loss, or 3 things really. The first thing is, when you're losing a lot of trades in a row, is maybe you made a technical mistake. And a technical mistake is just maybe you read the chart patterns wrong. Maybe it wasn't actually in the support zone. Maybe it wasn't actually in the resistance. Maybe you weren't seeing the EMAs. Whatever indicators you use to trade, that's, maybe you read it wrong. That's what caused your technical error. Another one is emotion. I found myself, when I looked at my odd GDP trade, I was really in love with, so odd GDP was kind of, I believe was around this area, or I think it was around this area maybe. But essentially, hold up, am I experiencing buffering? Interesting. Essentially, I was falling in love with the trade. I didn't really read what was going on to the best of my ability. So my emotions said that once I saw something in the chart, I kind of fell in love with that trade, and I didn't adjust as the market adjusted. And the third one, really, when you lose, is like, is trading within your plan? I feel like a lot of time traders have to think about the type of trader they are. Are you a trader that has a high win ratio, a low win ratio? You know, are you a trader that, like, for every 2 losses, you have 1 win that wins more than those 2 losses? Sometimes you have losses baked in your plan, and like, if you have a loss, if your trading plan says that I will lose 50% of my trades, then you have to accept those losses on those 50%. Of course, chart them down, you know, go through the candlestick analysis, but I wouldn't react too much on those type of trades. Anyways, we got around 3 minutes till go time. I'm just gonna look at the market here, look at what I'm expecting. Range. So a lot of times when I see, you know, in the minutes before, look at this huge downtrend down, it can be like the market grabbing liquidity to shoot up. So that's why I feel comfortable taking like what am I risking right now? I'm taking a 5% risk on this trade to the buy side. I'm gonna close most of them around 3 and 7 seconds, and maybe hold one for 20, one for 40, and maybe one I'll keep running. I'm gonna take 5 positions in total and take them a minute before. My take profit I want is around this end here, but if it doesn't go up there, then, you know, it's whatever. Not that important. Just get the profit and leave, maybe. Of course, there's a chance of it stopping here. Let's just put this line here to, and that would be an hour 1 resistance. There's a chance of that happening, but we'll see if it blasts right through. Now, of course, it can go down here. There's nothing saying it won't go down to the support down here. I personally just see it going. All right, you're odd. We got 16 here. All right. So this support could turn to a resistance because it broke through it. If we look on the hour 4, I don't see it personally, but it could. We have a 150 stop loss. A lot of them are around this angle here.
Now they betting on me, know that I got stakes on me. Moving weight, these niggas thinking I got plates on me. Diamond shining red and blue like I got Jakes on me. See these snakes on me, I got Gucci draped on me. Keep a K on me like I did the race on me. Got some niggas that'll put you in your place on me. If you ain't real, stay the fuck up on my face on me, gang. Yeah, I swear I do it to them. Know some niggas quit to keep a stick, it's like you glued it to them. All my niggas train to go, I don't know who will shoot them. And all my niggas pull up with me when I do it to them. Who say, no do say, no I don't drink, bitch, I who say, what you say,
So for the minute one, we have around 260 pips. So it looks like we made just about $100, which is, oh, I can't even do math. What did the account start with? So we made around 3%, which is a good trade. Now the reason I took a trade here is because this thing left a little wick here. Retail sales, I know, has the opportunity to go up. If we look at the total pattern here, strong daily momentum. This daily candle is literally engulfing the next candle over and almost the second candle over that. So we do have an opportunity to go higher. The take profit that I have, I'm not going for anything super extreme really. Actually, we'll have one kind of
Flystewie.
So remember, the reason this line is here is because on the hour one, that's the closest take profit on the hour one. And we're just gonna let this trade ride, to be honest. See if we can hit a take profit up here. Basically, this is gonna leave another wick on the 5 minute. And since there's another wick left, I expect it to keep going up. Anyways, thanks for rocking with the trade. I'll post this trade results on my Reddit, and of course make sure to like and subscribe for more trades. I'm going to try to journal my stuff on Reddit. I think it's good enough so I can look back in it. Tomorrow we will be trading the USD NFP, so that should be fun. And we, flight crew, have to take off. Make sure to like and subscribe. Peace.